Hello, this is Craig with Carshalton Advisory, and we are going to work on the Section 2.1 practice tasks for the Microsoft Office Specialist Excel Expert Exam Study Guide. And this is the second part for this particular section. We're going to be working further on custom data formats and validation. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is to go to our fill series worksheet. Okay, so we're on the custom data formatting sheet that we left off with our last set of tasks. So we're going to move to the next tab, which is this fill series here. And rather than click on it, I'm going to hit Control Page Down to move to the next tab in that workbook. Keep practicing on that. I'm going to hit Control Home to get to the top left and move to cell A2. And in this column, below the linear label, we're going to create a linear series that begins at 0, has a step value of 5, and a stop value of 50. So in order to fill a series, we're going to go into the editing section of our Home tab, which is right up here. We're going to choose Fill, and then from here we're going to go down to Series. Once Series is up, we want our series, in this case, to be in columns instead of rows. We want it to be a linear type series, so it's going to grow by a single amount and not through a growth amount. And our step value here, it's asked that we have a step value of 5 and a stop value of 50. So we'll enter that in, and when we click OK, we now see in column A where we have a linear growth. Every cell, it's going up by an amount of 5 units, and it's automatically stopped for us. We don't actually have to have a range selected before we do it. There's a limit when it stops for us. Next, we're going to go into column B underneath our growth label, and we're also going to create a growth series now. So this time I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts, which is the Alt key. Let me just change that here, sorry. Which is the Alt key, H for home, FI for fill, S for series. So now we don't want it in rows, we want it in columns again. So I can go Alt C to move that toggle to columns. For the type, instead of linear, we're going to hit G for growth, or excuse me, Alt G for growth. And when I tab to the step value, we're going to go a step value of 2 and a stop value of 250. Now, since this is growth rather than linear, what's going to be happening, instead of adding, in the last case we added 5 every time, this time we're going to be multiplying by 2 every time. So we're starting off at 1, and so I'm going to guess the next cell is going to be 2, and after that 4. Let's see what happens. Sure enough, we started with 1, we have 2, then 4, double it again to 8, all the way up to 128. Now, if you remember, our stop value was 250. If we were to double this again, it would be 256. So Excel has not filled in that for us. It doesn't kind of go all the way up to 250 and stop. If this value is going to be higher than what our limit is, it's just going to leave it blank for us. All right, our next task is now we're going to highlight a range. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit Control up to the top. We're going to start here in cell C2, go all the way down to C11. I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts, Alt, H, Fi, and S to get into the series. Now, Excel has recognized that I have a date in the first cell, so the type has already moved to the date. I could force it into growth or to linear, but we'll leave it at the date in this point. Our date unit, we are going to leave as a day, as per our instructions, and our step value is going to be 2. So I'm going to tab to step value and enter a 2 here. So when we hit return, we're going to see that our date has now skipped up 2 days every time until our full range was filled. So that is that practice task done. Next, we are going to move into range D2 through D11. So I'm going to right arrow over to that. I'm going to highlight down to D11, use my shortcut Alt, H, Fi, and S, Excel has recognized that this is a date type. However, our date unit is going to change. This time we want to use a weekday unit rather than just a calendar day. So I'm going to hit Alt W to toggle that to weekday. We are going to use a step value of 1 rather than 2. And now let's see what happens. So in here, we notice we have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then we're missing 2 days, and that's because of the weekday format. So obviously the 7th and 8th of 2017 in January were a Saturday and Sunday, so Excel has skipped that for us and continued on with the pattern after that. Our last task for this section is going to be to go into range E2 through E11. I'll right arrow over to that, highlight down to 11, and we're again going to use a series. So Alt H, FI, oh, I've mistyped there, FI, let's go, S for series. Now this time we are going to use a month unit and a step value of 6. So Alt M toggles month for me, step value 6. We'll click OK, and when we observe what is in our workbook or worksheet, we've now moved in the first column, in this particular format, the first number is the month. So we've gone up 6 months every time. So we've gone up now four full years in order to fulfill this series for us. So that wraps up the tasks for Part 2 of Section 2.1 for the Microsoft Office Specialist Study Guide. Thanks for your time. Be sure to subscribe so you see when we have our next video uploaded. And let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like to see me work on any other Excel tasks or techniques that would be of benefit to you in your professional development. Thanks so much. This is Craig for Consultant Advisory.